Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to learn about George Foreman's life, a boxing legend and successful businessman. This story is simple and easy to understand, making it perfect for practicing your English listening. Birth, childhood, and family. George Edward Foreman was born on January 10, 1949, in Marshall, Texas, USA. He grew up in the 5th Ward, a poor neighborhood in Houston, Texas. His mother, Nancy Foreman, raised George and his 6 siblings mostly by herself. His father was not present during his childhood. The Foreman family struggled financially. Often they didn't have enough food to eat. As a young boy, George would sometimes go to bed hungry. This difficult start in life shaped his character and determination. During his childhood, George had little interest in education. He found school boring and challenging. He often skipped classes and began getting into trouble. By the age of 15, George Foreman had become a street thug and a bully. George was tall for his age and physically strong. He used his size to intimidate other teenagers in his neighborhood. He dropped out of school in the 9th grade. Without education or direction, his future looked uncertain. His mother worked hard to provide for the family. She instilled values of hard work and perseverance in her children. Despite his troubled youth, these early lessons would eventually help George turn his life around. The neighborhood where George grew up was tough. Violence and crime were common. Many young men from similar backgrounds ended up in prison or worse. George seemed headed down this dangerous path until an important opportunity came his way: education and training. In 1965, at the age of 16, George Foreman joined the Job Corps program. The Job Corps was a government initiative designed to help disadvantaged youth learn skills and find employment. This decision would change the course of his life. While in the Job Corps, George moved to Oregon. There he met Supervisor Doc Broaddus. Doc noticed George's physical abilities and encouraged him to try boxing. He saw potential in the young man that others had missed. Initially, George was hesitant about boxing. He had never considered it as a career option. However, after some encouragement, he began training. George quickly showed natural talent for the sport. Under proper guidance, George's raw power was channeled into disciplined boxing skills. He trained rigorously, learning proper techniques and strategies. His physical strength combined with technical skills made him a formidable boxer. George's education wasn't traditional, but the discipline of boxing taught him valuable life lessons. He learned about dedication, hard work, and setting goals. These lessons proved more valuable than formal education for his future success. By 1968, just 3 years after joining the Job Corps, George had developed enough as a boxer to qualify for the U.S. Olympic team. This rapid progress showed his exceptional talent and dedication to the sport. Early professional career. After winning a gold medal at the 1968 Olympics in Mexico City, George Foreman turned professional. He made his professional boxing debut on June 23, 1969. He won his first fight by knocking out Don Waldhelm in the 3rd round. Foreman quickly built an impressive record. He won his first 37 professional fights, with 34 of them ending in knockouts. His powerful punching ability made him feared among heavyweight boxers. Opponents often seemed intimidated before the fight even began. His coach during this early period was Dick Sadler. Sadler helped develop Foreman's aggressive fighting style. George became known for his relentless forward movement and devastating power punches. Few opponents could withstand his strength. By 1973, Foreman had established himself as a top contender for the heavyweight championship. He earned a title shot against Joe Frazier, who was the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world at that time. The boxing world watched with great interest. On January 22, 1973, in Kingston, Jamaica, Foreman faced Frazier for the World Championship. In a shocking upset, Foreman knocked Frazier down 6 times in 2 rounds. He became the heavyweight champion of the world at just 24 years old. After winning the title, Foreman successfully defended it twice. He defeated Jose Roman and Ken Norton, both by knockout. At this point in his career, many boxing experts considered George Foreman to be nearly unbeatable. His reputation as a fearsome champion was firmly established. Personal life and relationships. Throughout his life, George Foreman was married 5 times. His first marriage was to Adrienne Calhoun from 1971 to 1974. During this period, he was focused on his rising boxing career. George Foreman has 12 children. Remarkably, he named all 5 of his sons George Edward Foreman. He explained that he wanted them to have a bond and connection with each other. His daughters have different names, including Frida, Michi, Leola, and others. After his famous loss to Muhammad Ali in 1974, Foreman experienced a profound religious transformation. He became a born-again Christian and eventually an ordained minister. This spiritual change deeply affected his personality and approach to life. In 1977, Foreman retired from boxing after experiencing what he described as a religious revelation. He dedicated himself to his ministry and family life. He established the George Foreman Youth and Community Center in Houston to help children like his younger self. When Foreman returned to boxing in 1987, he was a changed man. The once intimidating and scowling fighter was now smiling and friendly. This transformation endeared him to the public. Many fans who had feared him now cheered for him. Despite his busy career, Foreman always prioritized family. He often spoke about the importance of being present in his children's lives. This commitment to family stemmed partly from his own experience growing up without a father. Major achievements and contributions. George Foreman's greatest boxing achievement came on November 5, 1994. At the age of 45, he knocked out Michael Moorer to reclaim the heavyweight championship. This made him the oldest heavyweight champion in history, a record that still stands today. Between his 2 championship reigns, Foreman achieved something remarkable. He became the first boxer to regain the heavyweight title after a 20-year gap. This comeback demonstrated his extraordinary determination and physical conditioning. During his career, Foreman compiled an impressive professional record of 76 wins and 5 losses. Of his 76 victories, 68 came by knockout. This knockout percentage of 89.5% showcases his tremendous punching power. Few boxers in history have matched this power. Beyond boxing, Foreman became a successful entrepreneur. In 1994, he became the spokesperson for the George Foreman Grill. This kitchen appliance became incredibly popular worldwide. It has sold over 100 million units globally. The George Foreman grill brought him far more money than his boxing career. He reportedly earned over $200 million from the grill endorsement. This business success transformed him from a sports star into a household name and wealthy businessman. Foreman published several books, including his autobiography, By George, and George Foreman's Guide to Life. These books shared his life philosophy and experiences. They became popular for their straightforward wisdom and practical advice. As an ordained minister, Foreman founded the Church of the Lord Jesus Christ in Houston, Texas. He preached regularly for many years. His ministry focused on helping troubled youth find direction, much like he had needed in his own youth. In 1999, Foreman was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. This honor recognized his exceptional contributions to the sport. His 2 championship reigns, separated by decades, represented an unprecedented achievement in boxing history. Challenges and obstacles overcome. The greatest professional setback for George Foreman came on October 30, 1974. He faced Muhammad Ali in Kinshasa, Zaire, in the famous Rumble in the Jungle. Despite being heavily favored to win, Foreman lost by knockout in the 8th round. This defeat deeply affected Foreman psychologically. He had entered the fight undefeated and seemingly invincible. The loss shattered his confidence and forced him to reevaluate his approach to boxing and life. It took years for him to fully recover from this setback. After his first retirement in 1977, Foreman faced financial difficulties. Despite earning millions during his first boxing career, poor financial management left him nearly broke. This financial pressure would eventually contribute to his decision to return to boxing. When Foreman announced his comeback in 1987 at age 38, most boxing experts ridiculed him. They believed he was too old and out of shape to compete effectively. Many worried about his health and safety in the ring against younger opponents. Foreman's physical transformation was another significant challenge. During his retirement, his weight had ballooned to over 300 pounds. He had to lose weight and regain his conditioning. This required tremendous discipline and determination. Throughout his comeback, Foreman faced skepticism and doubt. Critics pointed to his age and slower movement in the ring. However, he compensated with experience, punching power, and an improved boxing technique. He gradually silenced his critics through consistent performance. Legacy and impact on the world. George Foreman's impact extends far beyond boxing. He became a symbol of reinvention and second chances. His transformation from an intimidating fighter to a beloved public figure showed how people can change and grow throughout their lives. As a businessman, Foreman pioneered the path for athletes to become successful entrepreneurs. His grill endorsement became a case study in effective celebrity marketing. Many athletes have since followed his example, creating personal brands beyond their sports careers. In boxing, Foreman inspired older athletes in all sports. His championship victory at age 45 shattered stereotypes about age in competitive sports. He proved that with proper conditioning and determination, age need not be a limiting factor in athletic achievement. Foreman's Youth Center in Houston has helped thousands of at-risk children. By providing guidance and opportunities, The center gives young people alternatives to street life. Many young people have found direction through the programs Foreman established. His open discussion of his religious conversion helped normalize conversations about faith in sports. Foreman showed that spiritual beliefs could provide foundation and purpose for athletes. He became known for his humility and gratitude, traits he attributed to his faith. On March 22, 2025, George Foreman passed away at the age of 76. News of his death prompted tributes from around the world. People remembered him not just as a boxer, but as an inspirational figure who demonstrated the power of transformation and perseverance. George Foreman's life journey shows us that it's never too late to reinvent yourself. From troubled youth to champion, from defeated fighter to comeback king, from boxer to preacher and businessman, Foreman constantly evolved and grew. His story teaches us that failures can become stepping stones to success if we learn from them. Though he passed away today, his legacy lives on through his family, his businesses, and the countless people he inspired. Remember his words. The question isn't at what age I want to retire, it's at what income. Thank you for watching and see you in our next video.